Hi everyone, welcome to this episode of Motive to be Productive. I'm Daria, your host, and today I'm hosting Ian K, entrepreneur, and we're going to have a great conversation about his ventures, his adventures, and Ian, I would like to say thank you, hello, welcome to our show, and I really appreciate you agreeing to do this.
My pleasure, and thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to provide value to you and our audience.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So, Ian, can you please share us a brief background about yourself, meaning where'd you go to school and what was your major? And then we're going to jump in. What made you interested in pursuing entrepreneurship?
Sure. So, my background starts differently, and I didn't even realize that I would start entrepreneurship or have a career in that. I grew up, playing sports, and I actually just grew up, being an athlete. So, but I went to Loyola Marymount University, and I studied visual communication, studio arts, and that's where my love for the internet and social media really came to life when I was in college. Being born in 1989, that's when they coined the term the World Wide Web. So, I was literally born in the digital age, and, technology is how you use it. There's technology with your phones. There's technology like with the Zoom call. There's technology with different platforms and different applications. So it's all about technology, and that's the future of being connected now. So it's just, when I was in school, I didn't know I'd even be an entrepreneur, and what that is. So many people are so fancy with titles of what entrepreneurship is, an entrepreneur, but really it's just someone that has defined success for themselves and has taken ownership and responsibility for their life, and they then create a business, or they then go out and start something. If it's a movie, if it's an adventure, and then it's behind a story or a product. That's what I feel like entrepreneurship could be, but it's really open to, however you can define that for yourself. But I studied graphic design, visual communication, and branding and multimedia studio arts in college. So like learning how to video edit, just a very broad basis of doing that. And I grew up going to trade shows and helping my father, who has a 44-year strong sourcing, product development, premium corporate agency where we supply people their product. We supply a lot of different tangible goods, and we pretty much are the behind the scenes company that co-brands and partners with a lot of other brands out there. And, in business and stuff and in life, man, it's a small world. No one does everything by themselves. And, just going to the market, a mentor of mine is Dr. Wayne Dyer. Like, if you ever buy eggs, man, there's a lot of things that have to go through getting eggs to a produce market. The farmer, feeding the chickens, getting it, having the chickens go to the bathroom, chickens die, chickens are born. And I'm just saying, so just with an egg of one thing like that, people don't understand. There's distribution, there's the trucking, there's the sales, the people that buy the eggs from the farmers. There's all these things that go into just an egg of what you eat every day. So like, my love for art and creativity really flourished in college. But just to sum this up of my background and going into entrepreneurship and being a passionate individual, why I do this is people don't realize why I have so much energy. It's because I'm really happy to be alive. I went through a near-death experience when I was 7 years old. I was attacked by a Rottweiler on my arm. My next door neighbor saved my life, was my hero, and choked this dog off me, and I almost died. I was rushed to Torrance Memorial Hospital. I was born in Torrance, California, SoCal boy, and it was a near-death experience where I literally saw the white light, and I was really like in a victim mindset from that. I was really traumatized by that. I had to go to a psychologist. I was on some medication, antidepressants, and because I was so scared of, man's best friend, this dog that attacked me. And it was a mean Rottweiler, but I overcame my fear of dogs after that, a year or two later. And that overcoming of that fear gave me, empowerment. It really taught me the fragility of life, and it really gave me perspective at a young age. So that really was a gift. And I didn't really know that until, college, and until I started my first venture with my brother called Rally Flipcap, and co-founding what it is to be a true startup and bootstrapping it, and then bringing to product an idea that's an innovation, and then making it, manufacturing it, and doing all those things like you do to sell an egg. But it's about providing value, to sport fans and things like that, and who's going to flip a hat and express themselves. And I had trouble expressing myself when I was little because I was scared of my scars on my shoulder, on my arm. And I grew from that experience and had a great disposition, but I actually developed Tourette syndrome when I was 10 years old, neurologically, because I went into shock. And ticking having facial tics and neck jerks. I would have that, and people would not smile at me. They would actually like laugh at me and stuff, and they didn't understand it. So, and it's okay, like, because at the end of the day, like, everyone struggles and has a story, and you have to express that and write your own story for yourself, whatever that means, through, you know, writing, creative, through singing. But the point is I was judged at a young age, 10 years old, and struggled and got bullied with having Tourette syndrome. I didn't understand involuntarily wise what was going on because I couldn't control myself. I had, you know, facial tics and jerks and eye twitches. So, you know, like, me not understanding that was really hard. And I guess it gave me really good mental toughness, and it really gave me thick skin because, you know, people say mean things and you just don't even care, you know, it's going to make you better. But that's how I've been able to identify. And that's another thing why my brother and I really loved launching Rally Flip Cat, because everyone has a hidden, you know, struggles with something that's like a hidden disability. And I struggled with that. So, like, flipping our hats, bringing fun, bringing a conversation, communication, everything is about relationships. I'm a relationship builder and a brand builder and a muscle builder. I help people build their muscles because I'm really passionate with fitness, and I'll go into that later. But literally, just going through that childhood trauma taught me perspective, and it gave me it woke me up. You know, hear about woke? I was woke early on in life, okay? And then just struggling with the Tourette's and outgrowing it and being on medication and having to be off, it really gave me really good clarity early on. And I stopped playing baseball in high school and wanted to learn skill sets in college that I could bring to my family business, which is producing and developing products, going to trade shows, being a valuable resource to people that need their products made. So, yeah, sorry. Where
No,
can we
that's
lead
okay.
off there? I like to go on tangents.
No, that's okay. First of all, I wanted to say I'm very sorry that you had such an experience in early childhood, the attack of the dog. But
Thank you.
I'm very glad that you used that experience and came back, meaning use that to inspire yourself and to move forward, not to just say, well, something happened to me and that's it. So that's not the end of the line. And I think that this is a very valuable lesson for us, for our audience, for everyone who's hearing this. And
Thank you.
so I wanted to say I appreciate you shared that. And going forward, I want to say congratulations, by the way. You launched a new business. Would you like to
Thank you. Yes.
tell us about that?
Just going with my whole dog attack too, man. It's like I identify, and I'm a voice and ears lended for a lot of other people, and I don't judge, but it's like, I didn't open up and talk about that. And I was scared about my scars that tell a story on my body for years. But you know, you have to share that because people will identify. And what I've learned is whenever you share your truth, it's going to help anyone that knows you, like your family and friends, so much, because they're going to see you thriving in truth. And the beautiful thing about the truth is it's always there. And that's why you should always learn and be kind to others and search for the truth. But yes, I did start a new personal training business, and I've been very involved in personal training and really personal development of myself because of being born with a heart condition. I didn't let you know. So, like, I had a near-death experience when I was 7, but I was actually born with aortic stenosis. And the doctors found out through a heart murmur and a checkup at age 4. But I knew also, just growing up with a lot of adversity and obstacles, that I was going to have open heart surgery. And I had my first one at 14. So it was kind of like a death clock. After I was very happy to have survived my dog attack, but like, I grew up, like, I'm going to have this surgery. They're going to cut open my sternum. Like, I'm fucking scared as a kid. So I did like live in fear younger on, but, you know, having my first open heart surgery at 14, and then it was an amazing experience. I felt like I rose like the phoenix, and I had like a rebirth in a way, because I just had a new life. I struggled in PE and was always limited with exercise and sports. I even played Pop Warner football, but then was told I can't because the doctor said it was too much and I could get tackled and things like that. So, you know, I grew up like, I wasn't a victim anymore from the dog attack, but it's like I grew up like feeling like I was held back. But I had my other open heart surgery because the first one was a repair on my valve, and my valve is like a normal aortic valve, looks like a Mercedes sign. And I was only born with a bicuspid valve, so it didn't have 3 leaflets like a Mercedes sign, or like, you know, like a propeller on an airplane that has 3 things.
Yes.
So
yes.
they made a third leaflet that lasted for 10 years. That was at 14. That was my valve repair. But then I had a replacement. So I have a mechanical valve in me right now, and it literally, I'm on Coumadin, and it's amazing. I won't need a surgery ever again. But this mechanical valve, it's like it ticks, so I can actually hear it. And it's funny because from my own life experiences, I've really gotten really clear with things, and I'm very purpose driven when I look back and connect the dots and try to look for signs or meanings. And that's the thing, man. Everyone has gifts. And if you really listen, or you really are in depth with yourself, and you believe in a higher power, if that's a God, or if you don't even believe in God and you just believe in, miracles, if you believe in, things that help you look forward to things in life. Miracles happen every day, but they don't happen from prayer. They happen though. They take action and intentional thinking. But I'm just saying, like, when you look at things like that, I've had to connect the dots back, and I laugh because it's taught me so much humility and so much humbleness that I gotten, that I'm able to pursue this entrepreneurship career and these things that I love doing, because I don't care what people think about me. And at the end of the day, it's like, I've learned from one of my best friends and mentors is David Meltzer. And he says something where it's like, I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not. And I know who I am. And the people like my wife and my best friends and my family and the people I work with know who I am. And then the people that I've served and clients and customers, fans of mine, know who I am. So it's like, at the end of the day, I don't care what the average person or upper echelon person or any person, I don't care what anyone thinks about me, because I know what I am, and I am what I do, not just what I think and not just what I say. So like, I like I said, my heart ticks. And it's funny because I used to have Tourette syndrome and I used to tick. So it's just like all these little things that have happened. I'm 32 now, and I just launched my new personal training program. It's called Hey Coach K, and it's based upon working out with a client of ours who we brought to market, supermodel Tyson Beckford. And what you do is, it's a push-up bar that pretty much solves the problem and brings value to you without having to have a gym membership, without you having to leave your home. And you could not pay hundreds of dollars to own sets of dumbbells, or hundreds of dollars that benches cost, or hundreds of dollars that a bench press or a barbell costs. And what you're able to do is, you can start off on your knees, but you do push-ups on this bar, and it uses self-resistance like you would be using total resistance training with a TRX or other fitness tools out there. Like when you're going like this with dumbbells and you're slowing down, there's tension in your arm. So just like resistance bands, that's tension, and that's how you're able to build muscle, by breaking it down. So at the end of the day, this allows you to keep the correct posture and form, and it gives you tension in your whole upper body. And that's something that I'm really excited, because I built a program around that, and all the programs and things that work to get results, and of what successful people, quote unquote, call successful, is just results. So at the end of the day, it delivers results, and results come from habits. So that's what I want to say, why habits are really important, because habits are a combination of what you're doing every day. And doing this bar, and like I like to tell my clients, another thing, it's about improving your performance, improving your life, because it's exercising like you would be jumping rope or doing anything that's active and moving around. At the end of the day, it's about movement. But what it helps with is it improves your performance and your muscle mass, but it really helps with productivity, because when you're saving time and you're not going to spend money and you're not going to the gym, and you spent a one-time investment in owning this tool, you're able to be more productive with your day, because you can work out without having to be stuck in a gym. But hey, gyms are great for social. You have your friends, you have other people that go to the gym. And during the virus though, it's a whole nother thing, because everyone's habits are at home now. Zoom calls.
The world's changing.
The world's changing as we speak, and that's why like we launched the project right around flip cap time in 2014. So it's just, things take time, like businesses and brands are babies. Like you have to raise them, and sometimes kids might get hurt or get stitches and things. But you have to realize that it's about serving a community, or having the product or whatever it is that you're doing, having people value from it, or having it resonate. There's a lot of people that are content creators like me, and they just make money off their content, producing it, creating it, curating, like I'm a producer too. Like when you use videography skills, I don't care if you have the highest quality of cameras, but when you tell a story and you work with other people and you have budgets, that's what a producer is. And then you make beats, you can be a music producer, so I mean, it's just, people get so fancy with these titles of what a creator is in entrepreneurship. And it's just people that are making shit happen and doing stuff and really doing what they love. That's why if you see what a cook's doing, it's they really love food and they want to deliver smiles on people's faces, so they open restaurants.
Exactly, exactly. And I want to let our audience know that we're going to tag Ian, and so you can go and to his page and visit his websites and go to Hey Coach K. So it'll all be there. It'll all
Thank
be
you.
there, and it's amazing. And so you mentioned the virus, Ian, and everyone has had a tough time over the past year with this COVID virus, being at home and not being able to do some of the things that they've used to do before that. So can you please share with us how have you bared this virus, coping with this virus, and how do you see the future of entrepreneurship, businesses after this pandemic?
Great questions. I'm about routine, so I still go to the office a couple of days a week. That's all I'm traveling to, and going from home in the market. I haven't since my heart condition, I'm actually more at risk. I have a great immune system. I'm healthy, but I'm way more careful with always wearing a mask, training with my clients or going out. And I have not been going to the gym the entire coronavirus ever since February. I have not been going to the gym at all. And I'd say how I've changed though is I've been running a lot more and I've been doing way more body weight training. So I already part of my program, and that's why I train people with the Beckford bar, but I'm more of a body weight calisthenic movement specialist with training because I can't lift too much heavy weights. My cardiologist doesn't want me to like pumping iron like Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's another mentor and friend of mine who just had a great successful heart valve surgery or replacement. He has a mechanical valve now too, a couple months ago.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
but if you look at I just love movies. I'm a big fan of movies, and when I was young, growing up watching movies, that was my miracles. That gave me hope. From Angels in the Outfield to all these movies like Shawshank Redemption, like all these movies that just tell a great story and can give you great life perspective. But I forget what I was going to say. But
That's okay. That's okay.
But about these
Pandemic.
and Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movies though. What's it called? Here we go. So he has scars in like Terminator 2, and you can see from one of his surgeries. But he's just I call myself a heart warrior, and he's a heart warrior brother of mine because he's just told his life story. He's Arnold. He came over here, hardworking immigrant. He's been himself his whole life, and that's why he got the movie roles to be Conan and to be who he is in the movies. It's like it's him, and that's why it's like I look at me being this rally flip cap guy, and I'm a personal trainer, and I'm a combination of who I am as a personality, and that's what allows me to be successful and what I decide to spend my time in. But during the pandemic, I have been running more and a lot less heavy weightlifting, like using machines. I'm using the bar more and kettlebells. And so my training's been a little bit different. I've been running more and I'm in the best health. And also the biggest thing that I've changed is really eating. I do eat out a little bit before the virus. Like I would, healthy options at Flame Broiler, Chipotle, El Pollo Loco is great. There's just make healthy choices. Go with less cheese, go with less sauce and less dressings, and you'll be okay. And carbs are fine, but just healthy carbs, brown rice. But I used to eat out a little bit more. And what I've been doing a lot more is Instapotting. And I like Instant Pot because you're able to like buy frozen stuff at Costco. It's cheaper. I help a lot of my clients with meal prep and other things, but you buy sweet potatoes, yams, squash, and I'm able to do it here at the office and at home. And I don't have to go out. I'm saving time, money, and I'm saving gas, not having to go out during some lunch times and also Instacart was big, but that's why I'll go into. So that's been the big thing that I've adapted with. But with entrepreneurship and what I see is going with coronavirus is more problems are being solved more than ever. Did you know what Zoom was a year and a half ago? Okay.
No.
Now check a look out.
I wish we all bought its stock.
Hey, write this down and check this out. Clubhouse is the new app. Have you heard of Clubhouse?
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't checked it, but I've heard a lot of influencers, comedians, actors, business people
and
like yourself are
that's
using
the future. That's something that's going to take off. But I'd say like the future of entrepreneurship and things are just right now. There hasn't been a better time to start a digital business. So if you learn a skill set, videography, or you can tell a story, or you can do something, you can start a digital business today. and have it be on that asset of what it is you're producing for people or what they're paying for, that service, never a better time to do that with no overhead. You can run your business from your home. No overhead.
Exactly.
I have overhead here. You know, we have a small warehouse. We do shipping, we do fulfillment, and we do a lot of fulfillment to, you know, ports and do logistics for our clients with their budget and the timeline that they sent. So it's like there's a lot of different things and industries we do and serve, but we're really good and we're very strategic, and we do what we do well with the product part. But I've learned through social media and through school and through skill sets and knowledge and experience, dude. Experience is the biggest thing. So much experience from failures and learning with what doesn't work from Rally Flip Cap, who to not market this bar to, you know, like, and how to educate someone to use something. You know, like the person that invented a remote control had to probably teach people how to point it at a TV and change a channel. So it's like when you, and then the last thing that I've learned is not everything that you create is gonna be okay and do good. That's why I would say, like, you know, like take polls, go on SurveyMonkey, and make sure you know your target market. If you don't know your target market, well, then how the hell are you gonna serve people? No one wants someone that's just gonna like open their legs to everything, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I'd say like this coronavirus is really either it's broken through to show who the leaders are every day right now, because if you want to be taken seriously, be consistent and show up. All you can do in this life is show up at the day and time you said you would and make that call or do that. That's all you can do every day. If you can't do that and you can't be reliable, you're not going to be able to do anything else. So it starts, you know, crawl before you walk. And here's another thing, like Les Brown is a great mentor of mine that I've learned from. People say, oh, my child's starting to talk before yours. And I'm, you know, like comparing. Don't compare your life, your successes, your portfolio, what you're doing, what you're not doing, the fact that you have a girlfriend, the fact that you don't compare that to anyone else. Things will happen the way they will and unfold for you. Everyone has fate to some extent. That's what I believe in. Everyone is born into this life, and you don't choose your family. You don't choose being born into this life, right?
Correct.
You don't. But when you wake up and then you start to live a life and you're a baby and you're not a baby anymore, you get to start making decisions for yourself, and then you're 18, and then it's your life. You have to think of life of what it is for yourself. That's when you get to make choices, right? So
Correct.
People forget, hey man, we don't choose coming into this world, but once we're here, it's a beautiful blessing and a gift every day to be alive. So like, but everyone's struggling maybe with something that you have no idea about. So just be kind to everyone. And people don't know that I've had heart surgeries and that I have scars all over my body that tell a story. So it's like, at the end of the day, man, it's like, just own it. When you own your story, your struggles, those are gifts. Let them be gifts. So
and exactly. That's why I wanted to say, no, we were just about to wrap it up, but I wanted to say thank you. And honestly, your energy, your wisdom, thank you for sharing that with us and with our audience. And we really appreciate it, hosting you, having you on our show. And I wish you the best, honestly. So thank you, Ian.
Daria, thank you. And I can't thank you enough for having me. Again, for all of our audience watching, they can follow me on ENGK on Instagram. And then, of course, heycoachk.com is my training site. And then if they want to support me or my team with investing into great products that will help you if you use them, you can go check out Beckford Bar. That's workoutswithbeckfordbar.com. It's available on Amazon. And then you can also go to rallyflipcap.com and get a flip cap. We also have ones that have a dry erase marker, so you can
I wish we had more time, because I wanted to go into Rally Flip Cap and, you know, the whole process. But next time, by the audience, thank you for watching until the end of the episode. Please follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share this video with your friends. Ian, thank you very much for being our guest here. Take care and see you next time.
My pleasure. Take care.
Hi everyone. Thank you for watching until the end of this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Instagram page, and share this video with your friends. Also, if you have extra time, please check out our other videos. Thank you and see you next time.